Namaskar. I see myself between your touching the spirit, and I would probably give you some kick before you touch it. I have a story, and I must thank Manifest Amit, who heard me a month back. He said, "Can you repeat it?" I think that's what spirit is all about, right? Can you repeat it? So that's going to be repeated again, and I would take you through a story from where I have come, how I have come, and where I am. Can I have my first slide, please? Right. So that's to steal some thunder. I must tell you, this photograph of mine was taken in February. So I must ask a copyright compensation. But I derive a lot of motivation from his movies, punchlines, life, and I keep quoting about him often. So I just started with this slide. And this is the village where I was born. I want to tell all of you, lucky are those who are born to poor. Lucky are those who are born to poor, because they have a luxury of poverty. Is that word heard correct? Luxury of poverty. Success in life is delta. Delta is x2 minus x1. x2 is where you are today, x1 is where you were then. And lucky are those who are born poor, because they have nothing to lose in life. Downside is 0 for poor. So villages are true universities, because there are no resources and you have to manage. Less resources management is business. No resources management is village life. And only problem solving, there is no theory of teaching you how Nokia failed. True experience is not the number of years you sat in a chair. It is the number of problems you have solved in your life. And village means it is only problem solving. And at the age of 25, I had 15 years of experience. And we had 60 meals out of 100 meals, that is to tell we were poor. At the same time, there must have been people with only 30 meals per month. So let us not tell I was absolutely poor. I wanted to tell you, I have never gone to any foreign universities or even Indian business schools, only MBA, which is derived from my native town, Coimbatore. Will you send your children to any school like this? I am sure you are scared. जो नीचे कभी बैठा ही नहीं है, वो ऊपर कहां से आएगा? So I was a son of a landless farmer, and my parents were not for education. They were waiting for me to fail so that one more boy is available in the farm to work. And I didn't want to fail simply because all graduates in that locality had fair looking wives. So my interest was I must finish a degree. And in Tamil Nadu, politicians were too good and introduced a midday meal scheme, because they felt since there is no food at home, put the food at school so that the children will go to school. And that made me to go with a slate in one hand and in a plate in another hand, which I will never forget in my life. So it was a school which recently me and my brother went there and took a photograph so that I can make a proper slide. 6 kilometers up and down walking, and mathematics was my liking. And you know which subject you like in your school? The teacher who teaches you the best. Other subjects you will not like. So I was mathematics man. Mind you, today I am doing pathology business. And no electricity in that village until I left. No chappals for me because village is not a place where you can, those who are wearing chappals were rich children. And those who are wearing full trousers were rich. Half trousers was the economical option. And no group photo. My group photo was 1 rupee 75 paisa in 12th standard when we finished. My parents could not afford. Just what I am telling is, lucky are those who are born to poor. Again and I am repeating, you will have enormous confidence once you have seen extreme of life. So, I am graduate in 1978 and for 4 years I spent in that village. I have failed in 50 interviews. And everyone was asking questions in English. I studied in vernacular medium. Gade, English is just a language. It's not knowledge. And to add to that, do you have an experience? I don't know which college gives experience. So these two things put me completely off. And finally, I got a job in a chemist as a capsule manufacturing company where the salary mentioned here was not euros per hour. It was INR per month. Mind you, first year they gave an increment of 25 rupees. That time itself I felt very bad because I wanted to marry when the salary reaches 1,000. Imagine if that company was not closed down, until now I might have remained unmarried. So what happens? Decided to leave the village, and I have written a word insult because a boy in my village who failed in 8th standard went to a textile mill. I finished my graduation and I went to a capsule manufacturing company. My salary was 200, his salary was 1,000. He was making fun of me every day. I thought this village is not ideal for me to live, and I left that village. Mind you, some people, दाग अच्छा है, insults भी बढ़िया है. So I left the village. You know, while leaving, you realize वो गजरा भी छोड़ना पड़ता है, वो मद्रास अन्नपूर्णा डोसा भी छोड़ना पड़ता है, रजनीकांत का पिक्चर भी छोड़ना, म्यूजिक, सॉन्ग, कल्चर, everything. I cried until I reached Solapur from Coimbatore in Jayanti Janata Express. And in Solapur, I got down and first time I found something called as vada pav. I changed my life afterwards. I stayed in VT railway station for 3 nights because there was no friend with a smartphone waiting for me. Nor I had a credit card to check in any hotel. Nor I had a purse to keep a credit card also. It was only a 500 rupees with me. Lucky are those who are born to poor. X2 minus X1 is delta. X1 was VT railway station. डरने के लिए जिंदगी में कुछ है ही नहीं है. So I want entrepreneurs to understand that once you are pushed to one extreme, you celebrate because इसका नीचे इसका कुछ है ही नहीं है. So I joined in BRC, which was a most premium research institute, and I was a gazetted officer there. Luckily, I got a job there, and I finished subsequently MSc in thyroid biochemistry, PhD in thyroid physiology. Mind you, I was a mathematics student, and in my interview, I was asked a question, where is thyroid? I was thinking this could be thyroid. Since I didn't know, I said I don't know, and it took only 10 years for me to complete a PhD in thyroid and another 10 years to do world's largest thyroid testing laboratory. If you know, if you do what you have studied, you will survive. And if you do what you have not studied, you will be the leader. Don't get scared. If somebody tells, why don't you do this, just accept it. So by that time I was a gazetted officer, my wife was a bank officer, and the comfort zone had set in. Mind you, comfort zone's actual meaning is a danger zone. By any chance, if you feel you are near comfort zone, you must first get out of it. And I was 37. Of course, for both degrees I struggled a lot, but not getting 2 children, that was much easier job. My son was 7, my daughter was 5, and I had to take a decision to leave. I took a decision just within a day. Post lunch, while taking lunch, I was not thinking I will be leaving. So what did I learn? Very important. First, most comfortable job. So comfort means it's almost gone. I had also delivered paper and milk in Mumbai to understand life of Mumbai, and I know plenty of what is life, local, east, west of each and every railway station. I at a time was doing 4 tuitions and 5 jobs at a time because my father did not get me a convent education, so I started taking tuitions for rich children. Of course, they never learnt. They paid, I learnt. Research, BRC is the most research institute. For entire 15 years, I was trying to do what research BRC people are doing, and I found there is nothing truly is going on. It's a good time to think of going out. So, मैं अपने आप से सवाल पूछा, जीने आया या जीतने आया? आंसर इज क्लियर, जीतना ही है। बड़ा होना है या बुढ़ा होना है? बड़ा तो अपने आप हो ही जाता है, मेहनत की जरूरत होता है क्या? बुढ़ा तो अपने आप हो ही जाता है, बड़ा होने के लिए बहुत कुछ मेहनत करना पड़ता है। एंड देन आई फेल्ट आई मस्ट risk and I must do something. And I felt there was one Tamil proverb which said, you take a long hair, put a knot, put it on the hill, pull the hill, आया तो पहाड़, गया तो बाल. That's the story, and I must tell you this feeling is entrepreneurship. And if somebody is worried only about risk, there is no entrepreneurship possible at all. What will I lose? क्या लाया खोने के लिए? Lucky are those who are born to poor. Once again, risk. In life, you can either discuss or decide. You can't do both. Unfortunately, many people don't understand it and start discussing, especially with the spouse. Gone. Because when you discuss with your spouse, the father-in-law takes the decision. So I left home in 1982 without discussing with my father. That's the best thing to do, otherwise he was not going to permit you. And in 1986, I got married without discussing with my mother. And all of you must be thinking it must have been love marriage. But actually, you know why I finished the degree? Because I wanted to marry a fair girl. Now I am MSc and now I am a PhD, and my mother's expectation would have been, now if I go and tell an ordinary color girl, my mother is going to refuse. So I took a decision, took her to a good illuminated studio and got a wonderful photograph and sent it to my mother, and she approved it. Of course, she made a very big noise after when she came for the marriage. In fact, 48 hours of a very critical drama. I finally got convinced my mother. And I resigned in 1995 without discussing with my wife. So, resigned and went home. Night I didn't sleep. Night 2 o'clock, my wife asked me, "Aap soya nahi hai?" I resigned. Until that time, she was horizontal. Then she became vertical. "30-second silence. Then she said, "I am also not going to go to office from tomorrow." अरे स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया की नौकरी की दम में ही मैंने नौकरी छोड़ा और रात को 2 बजे दम की. Until that time I was horizontal, then I became vertical. Another 30 seconds of silence, and I told, "Chalo, साथ जिएंगे साथ मरेंगे." And we have not gone to office from next day, both of us. This is needed for an entrepreneur. डर डर के कुछ नहीं होता है. So I wanted people to understand. The next one is, everyone was doing thyroid test at 500 rupees. I decided to do thyroid only at 100 rupees. So it's a shock. I didn't discuss here, and in the what you call as the founder summit, I am seeing myself as a founder. because I took a decision to do at 100 rupees. I'll tell you how did it work. Then fifth decision, entire world is doing for PET CT for 30,000 rupees. I decided to do 10,000, full stop. मैं किसी से डिस्कस करता ही नहीं है, बोर्ड में भी डिस्कस नहीं करता है. So this was those days when PowerPoint was not there, to educate my people. Look, this is 15 gram gland and 1,000 crore possible. मुझे पता नहीं था 1,000 crore में कितना जीरो होता है, लेकिन ऐसा स्टोरी बोलना मांगता है ताकि एम्प्लॉइज हमारा पीछे. Look, if you must have a good story and you must tell the story, good story, otherwise you have to pay very heavy salary. So if you have not made a disruption, you will not have a story to tell. And I have made enormous number of disruptions, only I have listed a few. And those days, I was not known as startup, I was not an entrepreneur, and me was not a founder, because ये सब का शब्द तभी कुछ पता भी नहीं था. उसका बाद में रामैया का किताब खरीदा और देखने लगा. शेयर होल्डर मीन्स, board meeting means, resolution means, all I learned only after getting into business, not before that. Only two kinds of people, one who knows molecule, another who knows money. Both are not known to anyone. So first disruption was cost. When you run a business, you have an option either to make money from the customer or from the vendor. You can't take money from both. Is that clear? And everybody is after the customer, no one is after the vendor. I took a decision not to go to the customer and go to the vendor. All my peers were buying reagent cost for $3 and doing the test and selling the services for $10, very fair business, $4 margin. I was the only guy who bought reagent for $3 and sold the services for $2. So all were wondering where from South India this man has come from, some chief minister's Benami. And people in South felt that I am Sarath Pawar's right hand. But then all were only in their perception. As far as I am concerned, if you buy 100 a month, it is $3. If you buy 1,000 a month, it is $2.5. 10,000 a month, $2. 100,000 a month, it comes down. Today I buy 5 million tests, it is only half a dollar. So this is cost disruption. The next one is the concept disruption. Public is willing to pay $10. I want only $2. So I created a new phenomena in the industry called franchisee in the medical industry. I told that guy, you collect only $6, don't take $10. You must give some concession so that patient comes to you. You keep $4 and give me $2. Mind you, all over the country we have 1,200 franchises and we have most powerful network. You know one thing, I was the first guy to give 60% to the distributor and I took only 40% of what he is collecting. I don't know where from I jumped. Can you people get me? The next one is, until I got into the picture, specimen was only going by road and train. As soon as I came, the specimen started flying. From Cochin, Coimbatore, Chennai, Chandigarh, everywhere, 40 air hubs. Specimen comes to Mumbai every night. This is air cargo logistics. And I do test only in the night. You know why? Newspapers print only in the night. News is collected in the day. So samples are collected in the day. Testing is done in the night. बाकी सब पड़ोसी देख के काम करते हैं, मैं पड़ोसी देख के अवॉइड किया. वो मत करो जो पड़ोसी कर रहा है, क्योंकि फिर आप वो ही होगा जो पड़ोसी हुआ है. So this is something, don't copy. Of course, speed, as soon as I came, internet password, username, everything came, and my web server is the oldest, and I am a mathematics man. I love computers. I was very lucky to see IT running a laboratory. Laboratory is in the front end, IT is in the back end. I did a McDonald's. Once I met Azim Premji and he asked me, tell me in short about Thyrocare. I told McDonald's plus Walmart. McDonald's, it is the focus, only thyroid, only burger. If you do everything, you will survive. If you do one thing, you will be the leader. Don't try to do everything. Everything only gets you bread. Walmart, volume, McDonald, focus, and Ola. What is Ola? Ola, before Ola came, taxis were standing for 20 hours and running for 4 hours. Today, taxis are running for 20 hours, standing for 4 hours. Is that clear? Until I came into picture, analyzers were running for 2 hours, standing for 22 hours. I was the first guy to make analyzers running for 22 hours, standing for 2 hours. I did it. I didn't know what I'm doing. I done it. Sweat the asset if you have invested. That's the only way. Only that can give profit, not the customer. Of course, I have been a Flipkart also, because today on an average 4,000 orders are happening in the web page itself, directly ordered. Arogyam as a brand, preventive care as a brand. I am on a e-tailing mode. So, is there a competition? Focus. Actually, one no is missing. If you focus, there is no competition. All my peers are pathology. I am a biochemistry. Pathology is microbiology, pathology, biochemistry. Biochemistry is biochemistry. So, number one is focus. Number two, I am a numerical pathology. They are all into subjective pathology. Numerical pathology means machine reports, full stop. You don't have powers to even take it. So, this is numerical pathology. I focus on disorders, not diseases. They are two different segments. Diseases come and go, disorders come and remain. Disorders long term, diseases once in a while. And chronic illness is where my patients are lifelong, and they are in acute illness. I am in metabolic as a background, they are into infection. My patients are in home and office, their patients are in hospital and clinic, and my patients are vertical and walking, their patients are horizontal. Is that clear? I think I have put it, they are wrong. Vertical is supposed to be coming that side, right? I made this slide yesterday night. So, this is a night story. 50,000 patients a night, 250,000 tests a night, every night, same night, before midnight, only in night. All of them were shocked because all of them work only in the day, open shop at 8 o'clock, close shop at 5 o'clock. I just did exactly other side. So, it's not a laboratory, it's a factory. We are present in 1,000 cities, 1,000 staff, 98% freshers. Why? गधे मुझे पूछा था, एक्सपीरियंस हाई किया, तभी मैंने डिसीजन लिया अगर मेरे कंपनी आएगा सिर्फ फ्रेशर्स को ही लूंगा, एक्सपीरियंस को नहीं लूंगा. And today I have got 98% of the employees freshers. Mean age is 24.25. It's very important that you must understand the mean age importance. Want to compare? Indigo, Air India. Airtel, BSNL. Clear? How to keep the employees young always? You want to know the secret? Keep on adding 20% from the bottom of the pyramid. Every year add 20%, age badalti nahi hai. We have the longest track in the floor. Worldwide there is no track as long as it is Siemens special project. We have invested 25 crores, which is a T2 terminal of Mumbai in a laboratory language. 1% was the preventive care in India in 1995 when I entered inside. No country can be calling itself developed country until they do 50% preventive care at least. So, the industry is growing. Today after 20 years, the country is 5% preventive care, and I am already in my balance sheet 50% is preventive care. So, don't look what competition is doing. Look exactly where you should go and keep going, and there is no competition around if you are focused. So, I started my business in 200 square feet rented garage opposite to Rani Bagh, South Mumbai. And today I own 400,000 square feet, 2 buildings similar to that. All are owned simply because I charged too less. Sorry, there was in Rajinikanth. So these are the punchlines. Take less to get more. If you take more, you will only get less. See that straight. Don't copy the neighbor, I said. Resist temptation. On this earth, only 2 kinds of people, one who is successful, another who got tempted. Plan to lose. जो खोना चाहता है वो कभी खोता नहीं है, जो खोने से डरता है वो कभी पाता नहीं है. Plan to lose. You will never lose. By any chance, if you plan to lose $1 million, you will create $1 billion. Without that, you just can't. Business is not a straight line, it is a hockey stick. सभी लोग उससे ये डरता है कि नीचे जाएगा तो क्या करना है. जो नीचे जाने के लिए डरता है वो कभी ऊपर आता ही नहीं है. So this is a philosophy which I believe is important. As I said, if you don't lose $1 million, you can't make $1 billion. Stamina is ultimate. With what I came to Mumbai, not money. जिसका पास स्टैमिना होता है वो न बाप से डरता है या बाप से डरता है. The very powerful one. Avoid easy things. There are 2 options in your life. One is what is easy to do, another is what is right to do. If you do what is easy to do, it is not right to do. If you do what is right to do, it is not easy to do. I don't know what you will do. And be alone and be a lion. Very important. That is one of Rajinikanth's famous dialogue. In a movie, Shivaji the Boss, the villains standing with 40 people and asking Shivaji, क्या आप अकेले आके आज फंस गया क्या? Lion अकेले आता है, pigs तो साथ में घूमता है. Right? The next one is जिताओ. जो जीतता है शायद हार सकता है, जो जिताता है वो कभी हारता नहीं है. जो खाता है वो भूखा मर सकता है, जो खिलाता है वो कभी भूखा भी नहीं मरते हैं. So I think I have split my name Velumani into 2. My father was visionary. He knew the name Velumani means what. I want to highlight you here. For the last 4 zeros I have added. Every 6 years I have added a 0. It is in crores value which I have created. Every 6 years I have added a 0. I am 57 and Warren Buffett is 87. So, dreaming an entrepreneur, I think I want to give you some advices. First, make someone big. Don't burn your father's money. Don't burn the PE's money. First, make someone big. Learn all at his risk, not at your risk. Jitao, tu nahi harega. Make use of own money. Don't get into dilution of equity and all those things are absolutely not a way forward if you are young. If you are old man, you can dilute and get relaxed. Dilution at a young age says you want to get relaxed. Learn storytelling, I already told you, otherwise you have to pay heavy salaries. Focus on IT, HR and logistics. Three words were not known to my college professors. उस जमाने में कंप्यूटर नहीं तो आईटी कहां से पता था. SBADMK. You want to become a billionaire? 3 ways of becoming a billionaire. You should be a son of a billionaire. Gone? Gone? Your father-in-law should have been a billionaire. Gone? Because 1-bedroom hall kitchen never gives a boy or a girl to, a 2-bedroom hall kitchen does not give for 1-bedroom hall kitchen. Gone? The third option is SBADMK. सीधा बैठो, अपना देखो, मेहनत करो. Be frugal. I don't think there is any other way of, if you are not frugal, debt, equity dilution. So otherwise be frugal, work on stamina, perfect discipline. I don't think anyone on this earth has become a leader without a discipline. I think very often we compromise on that. That's very important. And maintain TTT is stress free. You know what is heaven? Clutter free brain, fear free mind, and EMI free life. Invest more and spend less. I think this is very important, where everything goes money out of the pocket. You don't understand what is investment and what is expenditure. Neighbor is the big enemy. पड़ोसी के कारण ही हम फ्रूगल से हटते हैं. जो आदमी पड़ोसी के लिए खर्च करता है is going to have a tough time and act poor. And if you don't act poor, most likely you have to go to London. समझा नहीं है? Good times. Love nature, not gadgets. Love nature, not gadgets. नेचर के लिए कुछ पैसा खर्च करना होता है क्या? पूरा दरिया मेरी, ये पूरा वैली मेरी, ये पूरा एवरीथिंग इज आवर ओन ओनली. लव म्यूजिक, नॉट फूड. burn calories, not salaries. You take a graph. This axis number of petrol gallons petrol sold. This axis number of diabetic patient. There is a straight line. Find out in another graph number of cars on the road, number of heart attacks in the hospital. Straight line. डर लगता है? डर है. Must tell you, sedentary lifestyle is the biggest future for me. Somebody said it's good for you. Focus, learn, grow and enjoy. This is the order. Focus, learn, grow and enjoy. Don't reverse it. Because people would love to first start with enjoy, right? So this is my IPO story. I wanted, I'm sorry I might take another 2 slides are only there. I will be needing to explain this, otherwise the story doesn't have a climax. So at 2010, after running the business for 16 long years, zero debt, cash rich. Never borrowed, no banker. Banker is always keeping my money in his fixed deposit. Never in my personal life I have borrowed, nor in my professional life I have borrowed. No PE. Suddenly in 2010, somebody comes and 10 people with coat and tells, sir, we want to buy your stock. I didn't want to sell. But then I didn't want to sound rude. I sat and calculated, my company may be around 200 crore. I am talking about when I had 60 crore turnover. Must be around 200 crore. So let us tell 400 crore so that they run away. I said 400 crore, the cup didn't go till the mouth, they kept the cup down and went away. Exactly after 6 months they visited. That means, हुई ना मची वाली बात. वापस आ रही है मतलब मैं सही रेट बोला ना. तो वापस आ गए हैं. I told after 6 months, now it is 500 crore. Sir, 500 crore? 2 quarter अच्छा गया. This time they didn't even wait till the coffee comes. They went away. Again they come after 6 more months. And this time they come with a paper and pen. And I said it is 600 crore. And mind you, within half an hour, I took a decision to dilute. And I diluted 25% for 600 valuation. So, okay, this is not funds coming inside. It's secondary. I just wanted to know what is the value of my company. For that I diluted. Have you noticed it? Otherwise you will not know what is your value of the company. Within another 18 months, one more investor comes and asks, sir, I want stock. I thought I must tell 1,000. I told 1,000 crores. Sir, अभी 18 महीना पहले आप 600 में किया, 800 ठीक है, 900 भी चलती है, 1000 क्या बात है? Told 1,000. Then they came back and said, sir, can we close it? मुझे डर लगा. अभी 1,000 बोल के फंस गया. I told I'm going to US for 2 months. I have to study this industry and come back. And I went to US and stayed there for 2 months. I didn't do any study. I came back and told, now it is 1200. So the deal was 1200, 10%, 35% gone. I am very happy that company has crossed 1200 crore. Then the first guy who came in, finished 5 years, they have to go out. I told him, why don't you sell it to another PE and go? मेरा क्यों पीछा करते हो, मेरा क्यों परेशान करते हो? नहीं साहब, कोई रेट देने के लिए तैयार नहीं है, हम IPO करना है, चलो करेंगे. So we decided to do an IPO, and I was thinking company will get 1800 crore value. So I told this guy, we will go for an IPO at 1800. What he told, you know, नहीं साहब, ये 2000 का है. मैं बोला, जब भी मैं 600 बोला, तुम 400 बोला, अभी मैं 1800 बोल रहा हूं. सर, हमारा काम है ओनली एंट्री वैल्यू और एग्जिट वैल्यू. उधर 20% नीचे खींचते हैं, इधर 20% ऊपर करते हैं. Have you understood? So we decide to do an IPO, and then all documents, everything is ready, and I go for an international roadshow, right, left, everywhere, storytelling. Mind you, not only you will save salaries, you will also get a great value if you know how to tell the story. I finished the entire storytelling and I came back, and in that my investor everywhere came inside, the investor will ask, क्या value? He will take him aside, because मेरा सुनने में आएगा तो मैं issue करूँगा. He take it aside. We are planning somewhere between 2000 and 2400. मेरा अनुमति नहीं था, 2400 बढ़ गया. But then when we finished the road show, we came back, 25 investors had written clearly, we want full anchor book for 2400 value. Now, you don't know what is value of your company. You don't know what is your value. It is only when you get into there, you will understand what is the true value. So we decided to do at 2400 as value, and 27th of April the issue opens. The first day itself I got 2 times, that means 1 time oversubscribed. We celebrated. Issue is through. Somebody was telling today morning, Infosys issue was failure. I was quite shocked to hear that. And 28th it got 5 times subscribed. And 29th I am sitting in front of the television like how Arvind Kejriwal must have sat on his election day, refreshing stock exchange page again and again, again and again. Mind you, by 11 a.m. 8 times, 12 noon 12 times, 1 p.m. 20 times, and at 4 p.m. 74 times. I couldn't believe my own self. What is happening to our unknown, little known company? So in the night we were celebrating. Meanwhile we were searching in Google, किसको अभी तक ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा सब्सक्रिप्शन हुआ है. वी आर अ लॉजिस्टिक्स 74.5 टाइम्स. हमारा 74 टाइम्स. We didn't truly enjoy. Suddenly at night 10 o'clock I receive a lawyer notice coming in the email format. I am the first party of the 10 parties, and the lawyer notice says, I came at 3:30 to put in my bid in the computer, and the computer was hanging. 8 lakh retail investors are engaged in the computer, and computer will naturally hang. And the lawyer notice says, if you don't take my bid inside, tomorrow we will go to High Court and take a stay of your IPO. पूरा उतर गया. समझ में नहीं आया क्या करूं, क्योंकि the stock exchange keys are not with me, and stock exchange control is not with stock exchange, it is with SEBI. I was made silent in that period. In that IPO period, the promoter is supposed to be silent, so I remained silent. I didn't respond to the mail. The next day, 3rd day, I receive a High Court Bombay a summons telling that 3 o'clock is your hearing, you have to come. And 3 o'clock all my people go there, and the judge is asking, do you have objection in taking this money? आज तक कोर्ट में रिकवरी के लिए जाता है. First time some judge is asking, do you have objection in taking this money? We said we don't have an objection. The judge is passing order. Please take this money. And the money is 350 crores. That makes 74 times as 75 times. And mind you, this is like hitting a last over 6 sixes, and when you are looking at the pavilion, umpire is telling no ball. That was the 7th six. So this is a story, and I want all of you to understand, इतना दूर मैं आऊंगा करके सोचा भी नहीं था. Delta is x2 minus x1, and x1 was VT railway station. Only 2 more slides. So why 75 times? I think this crowd, I wanted to understand why. That's why I made this slide. First is healthcare. Healthcare में कोई सचमुच stupids be will not lose. So all healthcare entrepreneurs who are here, you will never fail. So that's one assurance I want to give you. And in India is a happening country. FDI, wow, कितना आता है, जाके उधर भाषण देगा तो billions आएगा, billions आएगा. And concept, what a wonderful concept. I have picked up. You know one thing? What is the difference between HDFC and other banks? HDFC gives only housing loan. Other banks give all loans. What is difference between Thyrocare and other laboratories? Thyrocare does only biochemistry, remaining others are doing everything else. And biochemistry is scalable, idiot proof, and cash cow. That made this story very powerful. Choose a focus where world will salute you because you are focused. 25% CAGR was always on for 20 long years. Day before yesterday I was in CNBC. All TV channels ask only one question: how can you sustain this growth? Will you be able to retain this profitability? ये 20 साल से हो रही है, मैं आज कंपनी नहीं बनाया हूं. And then 40% EBITDA. India is cheapest in healthcare. In India, I am the cheapest. And look at my EBITDA. Just you can't imagine. This is the model. This is the focus. Oh, lot of things are there. Never debts. I have never borrowed. Balance sheet. ढूंढ के देखता है इस कंपनी के पास debt है ही नहीं है क्या? That is where all MBAs are shocked. ऐसा कैसा? Then look at it. Always cash. Why this man diluted his company when he was having 100 crore in the balance sheet? Mind you, these are all the reasons. 4 times my PE guys were inside and went with 5 times. 4 times in 5 years. High ROCE, return on capital employed. This word I only understood during IPO. Because sabhi yahi pucha. Mind you, I am the most powerful business school learned, because all business school students ask me so many questions. I enjoyed learning. Of course, leadership, I am the only leader in this industry for the last 20 years. Remaining people have changed 3, 4. There are some competitors of mine have changed 8 leaders in 20 years. Priced low. So why did Thyrocare become world's largest thyroid testing laboratory? Priced low. Why did it become 75 times subscribed? Price low. And of course, in diagnostic industry, there is a scarcity. We are the second company. Earlier company also is doing well. This company is doing well. All those who are in healthcare industry can do very well. So that's the last slide. And this is my wife. She is no more. On February month, she died. On all SEBI papers she signed. And then she had a pancreatic cancer, and we thought the surgery will solve at least for a few years for her survival. She walked inside a surgical theater and she didn't come out. So I think I have written there, we happily lived, intensely loved, fully enjoyed a frugal life for 1 billion seconds. I want all of you to give all appreciations only to that lady, not this man, simply because I never recognized her as a co-founder until she was alive. Thank you very much. It was wonderful. Thank you. If yes, this is Mrs. Velumani who was there. And let me explain you what is her contribution in this Thyrocare. I only have given her the sperm. She has mothered it. To that extent, her contribution is everywhere in the organization. What to do? She was not lucky enough to be there to ring the bell in the National Stock Exchange. If organizers feel I should address one or two questions, I am free. But if by any chance, if that spirit is driving you away from this spirit, I am perfectly all right. I wish to thank the organizers for having given me without much of bell. For everybody there was a bell ringing, and for me the bell was not ringing. That says I am honored. Thank you very much. God bless you.
So I'll start off with a quick question. I know there are a lot of questions that will come up. Is it true that you still don't own a car?
I don't own a car. I don't own a house.
Explain.
Explain. जिसके पास घर है वो बांधा हुआ भैंस है, जिसका पास घर नहीं है वो खुला भैंस है. Right? Why I didn't? You know one thing, had I had a house, I would have had an EMI. Had I had an EMI, I can't leave the government job. Look, there is a book which says either you can buy a house or you can do a business. You can't do both. Unless otherwise your father gave money also, house also. There is no other choice. I have decided not to. Had I had a house in Coimbatore, I would have not come to Bombay. So it's very important. Comfort zones. अच्छा, घर क्यों खरीदते आप बताओ? किस कारण में? I have fortunately a 200,000 square feet laboratory, 5th floor. Half of the floor I have my mahal, and I am most broadband connected, most tech savvy, and don't think I am 57. That is because I am not coloring my hair. Otherwise I am very young, only 27. Yes sir, one more question I will answer. I never received nor I will mentor. Do you mentor? I have never received a mentoring because I didn't believe in getting mentoring. The minute you start mentoring, receiving mentoring, you are only going to copy his style. You must know 20 people around you who are successful and create a mentor in your mind who has 20 attributes of these 20 different people. And I don't mentor one to one simply because फिर उसकी failure को मैं जिम्मेदारी बन जाता हूँ. But if you guys, anytime if you feel there is a crowd and you want me to come and mentor, group mentoring I will do. Individual one-to-one mentoring is wrong. How do I? अरे 20 साल के बाद बीवी को भी हम समझ में नहीं आते हैं. मेंटरिंग में आधा घंटा में मेंटरिंग करने के लिए क्या निकल पड़े हैं. Let me tell you, there is nothing in life is known as good decision. There are decisions and you have to make it good. There is nothing on this earth known as good job. There is a job, you have to make it good, and there is nothing known as a good spouse.
This is not a question, this is just a comment of my interaction with Mr. Velumani for the last 1 month. So I reached out to him on Facebook. So half the speakers here reached out on LinkedIn, Twitter and Facebook. The other half, somebody else reached out on Facebook, LinkedIn and Twitter. So he's on Facebook. And we have been interacting for his journey today. I have young founders who haven't come today here or ditched us at the last moment, who've been asking for various kinds of perks. I want to stay in this hotel, I want to come in this flight. This man says, I'll stay in Ibis at the airport, which is great. And then he says, I'll come by SpiceJet, which is even more greater. And then today we had a room here in the Taj, and he says, no, don't waste that money, ask him for the refund back, I'll go back to Ibis and stay in the evening, which is super inspiring. And I think if we all do that, it's a long way we can make things happen.
Yeah, let me explain you, stress comes only because of your consumption. Don't increase your consumption, because then you become slave either for an investor or for a employer or because for someone. Keep my consumption is less than my driver's consumption. Is that clear?
Sir, one last question.
Yes.
Has Rajnikant seen you?
Yeah, I have
பார்த்திருக்காரா உங்களை?
illa, I have requested someone to arrange for a event where Rajinikanth is coming and I am going to go there. I must tell you what is common between me and Rajinikanth. Color. And let me also explain you in another way. The ones who want to get a Nobel Prize will never get it. The one who got was never even knowing what is Nobel Prize. The one who wants to become an entrepreneur will struggle a lot. The guy who become entrepreneur would have not known the spelling of entrepreneurship. The guy who builds body will not get the second movie. Bus conductors become superstars. And also I want to tell you what is common between me and Rajinikanth. Rajinikanth had to go from Maharashtra to Tamil Nadu, so the ledger imbalance, I was asked to come to Maharashtra. Yes.
Your consumption is less than your driver's consumption.
Yes. Rajinikanth's consumption is less than his driver's consumption.
Oh, okay.
Please note, that man is the most frugal and most powerful example of living stress-free. He never got into politics because politics you get money and stress both. Your question was?
My question is, so what drives you? 3,000 crores plus. For what? So what's that driving motivation?
So somebody asked me, what's next? One more zero. And there are only two kinds of people. One who chases zero, other who remains zero. So there is a very clear message to me. Zero is not in wealth. When you want a zero in wealth, there should be a number of zeros added in the floor space, number of employees, number of outlets, number of patients served. So zeros doesn't come because you want to just see numerically the wealth. And let me tell you, I didn't tell you this story because that slide got eliminated for this event. One fine day, my daughter asked me in the dinner table, Daddy, are you rich? Yes. Are very rich? Yes. What are you going to do with the money? So, you know, it's immediately in my mind, Warren Buffett, Steve Jobs, Narayana Murthy, all ideas came. So I told, I will give it to the society. My daughter asked me, are you not a fool? Loot from the patient and give it to the society? Actually, people should loot from the society and give it to the patients. Oh, that opened my eyes. And I didn't speak in the dinner table next half an hour. My daughter felt I got upset and annoyed. In the car while going, she didn't ask. In the night, I woke her at 3 o'clock and I told, so far we were charging $2 for thyroid. We will be now onwards charging only $1. We changed the decision overnight that we will charge only $1. But by the time the private equity guys are already inside. So I need to go to the board. And in the board I told, you want to become philosophical after we coming inside? They are absolutely right, right? So I got up from my chair and I went to the man who asked me this. I went to near his chair and I asked him, please get up, sit in that chair. I will sit here. Next 2 years, you will run the company. Without reducing the cost, if you can continue to grow, I will sell you to. He became scared. He thought, "Arey, ye to dhamki de raha hai." Then all the investors went out and came back. Dr. Velumani, are you sure? I told, had you all been on the board when I took the first decision in 1995, you would have not allowed me to do thyroid testing at 100. I have decided, go ahead. Because I reduced the rate, my IPO got 75 times subscribed. Because the profits went up. Mind you, reduce the rates in a kind of country in India. When you reduce the rate, you are addressing to the middle of the pyramid, not to the higher side of the pyramid. And C.K. Prahalad of Coimbatore said, the bottom of the pyramid is where prosperity is there. So you keep going down. Tomorrow, if necessary is there, I will go down still and I will go down still. Why I want to make this a point? All the time people make mistakes only in pricing. Mind you, there is no company on this earth closed down because it has priced too low. All closed down companies because they could not control the costs. So don't worry, pricing is a philosophy. तुम गलती किया, कम रखा, तो धनवान जरूर बनेगा. Thank you very much and God bless you. I know I have left with a lot of emotions. Whenever I finish my lecture, that night half of the people don't sleep, because that half of the people don't sleep did not have the alcohol. The remaining people don't sleep the next night. That night they will sleep. And sleep well. Good night.